I worked with these guys called the Kyoto Brothers, and they are like the epitome of what I thought Hollywood was. Like, you came out here with ideas
What I
and you
want
got to,
Hollywood to be.
yes, you made crazy stuff and you got to do it the way you want to. And they were just a creative hub, and I got to work for them. And they were my first job. Technically, my second job, I worked for another company called MEL, and I ended up making the Borg for Star Trek. And that was my first job. And I was just like, I didn't even know what they
Nice.
were because they were never on the screen before. But later they became this big thing, and I was like, yeah, I made that. So, but working with the Kyotos, they were mentors, but they were also taskmasters, and they were also struggling creative people. They really wanted to kind of claw their way into Hollywood and show them what they were capable of, and they didn't see themselves as effects artists. They saw themselves as a production entity, and they taught me, so you don't want to make everybody else's creatures. You want to make your own creatures. You want to give the feeling of what you have inside your head. You don't want to just make everybody else's crazy random ideas. That was always seated in the back of my head, and I always realized they gave me the idea that you could just do more. You don't have to just do effects. You could just do more. Heather has a connection to Toxic Avenger.
Ooh,
Yeah,
do you come
because
from the
as a
Trauma family?
well, I have done some stuff for trauma like early on in my career, but Jen Aspinall, who did the first Toxie, and she did Street Trash. Yeah, when I got into the makeup union, Mad TV was one of my first real union jobs. I was so excited to meet Jen, and I was like, oh my God, I've got Fangorias with you in it. And it was cool because I worked on the last 4 or 5 seasons, was there to make all the appliances if we needed a fake head that week or whatever we needed, and then be there because we shot 2 days a week on that TV show.
That's
And
so
it
awesome.
was one of my most treasured experiences in my career, because like to do that show and live TV, and we did just so many character makeups every day. I mean, there were days I can remember like where I did like 6 prosthetic character makeups for different skits in one day. It's like
That's
in and
awesome.
out and in and out and in and out. Yeah, it was just such a great experience. I actually thought like, oh, this is like how every union job's going to be. But when that went off the air, and time to move on, it wasn't
And
like
it's
that. But I've had other awesome experiences too. And I've been very lucky, traveled all around the world and worked on, some of the biggest movies and worked with some of the best people, and, been doing it for a long time. And I'm just wrapping it back up to now here we are with Gorgazma because, Mark and I want to create and do this.